Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. Am I out of focus? I think I'm. There we go. Hey, thank you, bits. Okay, I think we're connected to YouTube. All right. I think we're in a spot to get started now. So let's go ahead and get started. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel Day 2. And here we go. We'll skip this because I'm sure it's got copyrighted stuff. Just looked up and your house is full of smoke. Definitely take care of that, Space Monkey. Nothing too alarming, just your cooking skills. Hey, Cemetery Chick, welcome in. All right, so last time we defeated the mayor. Because it turns out he was working with the bandits. They really put you right into it, don't they? I don't even know where I am right now. I think we're escaping. Oh, I remember this. I ran out of stim packs. Gonna have to open a few windows. Good luck. This is ridiculous. Are we done? Oh, that's a big one. Didn't take long, 2 minutes in, and this is ridiculous. And the sound design is, yeah. We're gonna save because that was painful. And I think last time I made it this far and then I died. Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out where to go last time. That was the problem. Well, I may not know where to go, but at least I picked up some large bullet ammo. Which is bigger than small bullet ammo. What's up, Boogie? Welcome in. I'm gonna die. They do so much damage. And they spam ranged attacks. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. What's the deal with this game? Was this by a different developer? So this is Interplay, who created Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics. But I think this was just their attempt, because this is 2004. This is a few years after Fallout Tactics. I think this is their attempt to turn Fallout into something other than an isometric turn-based RPG. And here we see a failed version of that before Bethesda eventually succeeded with Fallout 3. If you're familiar with Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, it's a similar thing going on. Oh, okay, my caster lab's just reconnected, I think. Hey, Sunny Dot, welcome in. You know, it's amazing that the people that gave us Fallout 2 could also create something like this. Just totally different leagues of game. Guess you haven't seen enough to understand the horror yet. It's just, it doesn't play well. And it is, well, first of all, it's the same enemy about 100 times over. Just repeated over and over. And there's definitely been moments like with the boss fights that have been very overwhelming and not well executed. Visuals are definitely okay. For the time even, they're good. can see through the smoke a bit now. All right, I'm gonna drop a new save file here. Because I don't want to get soft locked since I'm out of stim packs, but I would also like to lock in the progress. Oh, you can break those. Maybe some of those have stim packs in them. Oh, that one had more enemies. Ding up some homemade super garlicked up chili. Nice, enjoy. Oh, there's a stim pack over there, and I want it. But I don't want to go get it. Because who knows what I'm going to have to fight to go get it. You know, in a lot of ways, this game would be better if it were a twin-stick shooter. What I mean by that is, as it stands right now, if I have my rifle out, I can only shoot in the direction I'm moving, and that's fundamentally very difficult, considering the way things rush you. Now, if I had the ability to run one direction while aiming another, that would be such a big improvement to the playability of the game. As it stands, though, melee weapons just make the most sense because of that. Look at all these scorpions. Just get me out of here. That's all I care about. I don't need the XP. I just want to exit. Should have taken that save point while I had it. You receive 100 experience points for escaping the crater. All right, so I wonder where the story's going to go now. We were told that the Brotherhood of Steel guys went down in the crater, but the mayor lied to us, and it was actually a trap.
Look, I didn't have anything to do with your boys getting killed. It was that stranger from the Brotherhood.
You're just an innocent bystander, aren't you?
Yeah. I ain't done nothing wrong.
Not armpit.
That fire feels nice. Time to show these people that you don't mess with the raiders. Burn anything that moves, then burn anything that doesn't move. Meet me back at the mill when you're done.
Love the music and her outfit. They know their audience.
Hey there, soldier. Those raider bastards came in right after you left. Wanted to teach me a lesson. I told them to go fuck themselves.
Okay, cool. We're connected to YouTube chat now. Should be anyways. Wow, all of these answers are terrible. Good for you. What happened to everyone else? Do you smell something cooking? Boy, am I hungry. I guess you don't want to buy some rad scorpion tails now. I'm too busy to watch you croak. Bye. Not a single good answer here. Seems to be working, indeed.
Everyone else, they're in the warehouse. Most of them. When the raiders started shooting, the doc took a bunch of folks in there and locked the door. But some of us, well, we was too slow.
I'll head for the warehouse and get the doctor. Hang in there.
Wait, I don't want to die here by myself. Hey, I got a joke for you. Did you ever hear the one about the ghoul who was hung like a...
Like a what? Hung like a what? Hello? What a stupid joke. The dialogue is terrible. How do you go from Fallout 1 and 2, which has richly nuanced dialogue of all sorts, to this level dialogue in just a couple years? An innocent has been killed. They just blew up in front of me. Oh, I meant to tell you all, you see this advertisement for Balls energy drink? Yeah, in this game, it's not Nuka-Cola. It's Balls Energy, which is a real drink that they partnered with to sponsor somehow in the game. Well, I found on Amazon, I found that they still make balls, so I ordered a variety pack. So thanks to the influence of this game and its marketing, I am going to be taste testing balls and ranking my favorite balls. What did you just stroll into? Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. How you doing, Wheezy? Oh, I see. I need to go the other way. Not bad, just kind of still trying to detox after your psych appointment earlier today. Yeah, rest up. Hope things go well for you.
Hey there, soldier. Those are- Go ahead. Make jokes about it, you asshole. I hope that raider bitch cuts you open and pisses on your rotten little heart. Oh, I'd love to see that.
It appears I accidentally chose a bad dialogue option.
So much for my big plans. I got the recipe for red scorpion tail liquor right here. It's gonna make somebody rich. Not me, though. Hold on. You gotta go to the warehouse. That's where everyone's hiding. But the raiders... You gotta help all those stupid fucking people.
Dies. Armpit? Not armpit. F's in chat for armpit.
Help us, please!
Frankly, I don't know how you stop the innocents from being killed. I'm out of Stimpaks too, by the way, and there hasn't been a shop. And the aiming in this game is garbage. Little to the left, too far left. Little to the right. Knew this one was a janky mess, but damn. Oh yeah, this one's awful. We hardcore fans don't like to talk about this one. I am aware. It's for good reason. Seriously, that's the most granular aiming I can get. This is truly awful. This is so bad. Maybe if I go to the west side of town, I can find a vendor who can sell me some Stimpaks or something. This means I gotta watch Armpit die again. Seeing pipe rifles in 4 with better range and damage. It's not the range or the damage that's the problem. It's the fact that you can only aim in like 20-degree increments. So if you actually want to aim your gun at anybody further than arm's distance, good luck.
Hey there, soldier. Those raider everyone else. They're in the warehouse. Wait.
Oh, this time I didn't get the Rad Scorpion liquor recipe. Wonder how important that is.
Please.
Ah, traitor.
Rotten crotch shit for brains raiders. If I still had both my arms, I'd be kicking ass right next to you, stranger. Well, I can still trade.
I'm working on the raider problem now, but I need some things. He's a little short-handed, you could say that. Oh yeah, I have somebody's dead cat. It's a quest item. Oh, the torch? I should be using the torch. I didn't realize that was a weapon I could be using. Ooh, we got a cleaver. Desert Eagle. I don't have all that much money, though. Let's get a cleaver. This game reminds you of the Bard's Tale remastered and re-snarkled, which was also made by Interplay. Similar gameplay jankiness, but great snarky dialogue. I've never heard of either of those. At least the cleaver is doing some damage now. Did that would just explode? Oh, Wasteland Man. Thanks for saving my life. Another innocent has been killed. I have a feeling there's going to be no more innocents left. All right, let's save now that I managed to find the vendor.
It's you! I thought that the raiders... They've killed most of the townspeople, but a few of us are secure here, in the warehouse, for now.
Raiders didn't get everyone. There are still some survivors out here.
We left some people behind. Please, save as many of them as you can.
I didn't say they were still going to be alive by the time I got to them. Okay, I'll just come in first and take a breather.
I can't open the door with the raiders still around. If you can get rid of the raiders, I'll let you in. Until then, I'm sure you can manage.
Hey, what's up, Forgetful Paladin? Is this top-down view kind of bad? Yes, but not top-down view like Fallout 1 and 2. Okay, my only dialogue option is to say, bitch, open this door right now. I don't even have an option to walk away.
I'm sorry. I can't open the door until you get rid of the raiders.
Fine, I'm off to kill me some raiders. All right, let's find some raiders. Here's some raiders. Honestly, other than the Vault Boy icons on the map, there is no way, if I looked at this game, there is nothing about this game that would tell me it's a Fallout game. You could have told me it was any other beat-em-up set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and I would not be able to argue with you. It's not quite that bad, but you don't like it. It's, it is not good. Still 7 raiders left in this area. Okay, well, where are they? The unexpected second Brotherhood of Steel stream, even better than the first. How you doing, Herb? Is that a dog? Did they torch the dog? Who does that? Doing about as good as that Wasteland man sounded. I apologize for your situation.
Every explosion I heard in the last 20 seconds.
Thank you, Maiko. Yes. Is that 30 months? Yeah, that's right. 30 explosions in 20 seconds. Maiko, thank you for being subscribed for what has now been 2.5 years. Do you realize that? 30 months equals 2.5 years. I'm gonna not dwell on that too long. I hope your day's gone well. And Commercial at 31.
31. 31. 31.
Commercial, thank you for being subscribed for 31 months. Coming in with the 1-up. Oh, no. Commercial, I hope your day's gone well. I know it's been productive and you've gotten some gaming in. Super excited to see your anniversary tomorrow and your front page spot. Just got 32. Is that possible? Not yet, I don't think. Is that all the raiders?
I'm sorry. I can't open the door until you get rid of the...
Thank you, Herb. Space Monkey, thank you for the 33.
Hey, stand still and let me kill you.
Yeah, more raiders to fight. Don't you worry. There are plenty more mobs to populate areas with and have me senselessly slaughter. What was that? This truly is a game that exists and can be played on the PlayStation 2. It's a good thing there's save spots every 30 seconds. Kind of glad this wasn't your first Fallout game, right? And just think, this came out 4 years before Fallout 3. This could have been the first and only attempt at a 3D Fallout game. Howdy, Gold, how you doing? Imagine a world where this gets released and Fallout 3 doesn't, and we never have New Vegas and Fallout 4. No thanks. Space Monkey simply declines. It's a doomed alternate timeline where that hell is reality. Yeah, that's like SCP level nightmare alternate reality stuff. Okay, something exploded. Sorry, I didn't realize we were under artillery fire. His name is Robert Paulson. They put a Fight Club reference in here. His name is Robert Paulson. His name was Robert Paulson. Bad as this is, you worry about the next Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Oh, me too. Me too. After Starfield, yeah, I do not have all that high confidence. Millennial brain is tingling with nostalgia. Hey, we very easily could have grown up with this game. My uncle actually had it on PS2. I never got a chance to play it, but I remember seeing it in his collection. Hey, what's up, 30th? How you doing? You know, copies of this game go for like $200 now. Sure, there's people that love this game. You know, I think it's more like there are people who don't... It doesn't actually matter if they like the game. They want it for the historical purpose. Finding it as bad as you warned me. Oh, it's pretty bad. It's pretty awful. Still hold out hope that one day there will be a Fallout New Vegas 2. I don't know. I'll be honest. Obsidian has not operated at the level that we saw from them in Fallout New Vegas on any... Now, I haven't played Avowed yet. But any other Obsidian title that I've seen, it just doesn't hit the same way New Vegas did. I don't know if they can pull off that lightning twice. Love the idea. Bethesda should make more spin-off games. Honestly, they should do something with it. Instead of sitting on the franchise, you realize Fallout 4 is going to be 10 years old? They absolutely could have licensed Fallout for spin-off games that don't have to be full-size open-world RPGs, you know? They could have done something with the IP. Outer Worlds wasn't bad. It needed some things, but overall it wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game, but it it did nothing for me. It had none of the magic for me that New Vegas did. Maybe non-vault dweller start like New Vegas. Yeah, there's all sorts of things you could have done. Yeah, Skyrim is like 14 years old.
Friday, 7:27 p.m.
What kind of fucking McDonald's has a message? What do I say? I want a burger tomorrow?
What the fuck was that? Was that also a reference to something? Where did that... Was that in the game? I don't even know. I got so distracted I died. You think it was a blurb? I thought I have blurps turned off. Think it was a blurb, but you don't see the activity? Yeah, it's not in my activity feed if it was a blurb. I thought I had blurps disconnected. Do I have any tabs that would have been making that sound? It was a blurb? Did you play it, Cemetery Chick? Oh, it showed up on Scream as a blurb. Okay. Well, at least we know now. You did? Okay, thank you, Cemetery Chick. Don't take it personally that I have just turned off the blurps because I thought I already did that. But I'm on a new scene. Oh boy, only 20 more raiders. Forgot how painful this game is to even watch. That's why we're here. Funny enough, that's the second time you've got a streamer with a blurb. But it really got me because I turned blurps off months ago, but because I'm on a new scene, they must have been re-enabled on this scene only. An innocent has been killed. Could have been playing blurps and didn't know it, I suppose so. Okay, we got about 3 raiders left to find. So far, that's 90% of this game. You enter an area and it says, there are 40 of this enemy, and then you kill them, and then you enter a new area and it goes, there are 42 of this enemy, and then you kill them. And then there's some snarky dialogue. Puzzle looked really tough. Think they will relinquish all creative power to the makers of the show, which will then be used as a future narrative for the series. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that possibility, if that's better or worse. The makers of the show did a really good job. Okay, so I missed a couple of raiders somewhere. Do I get any hints where they are? Probably not. Means it's time to walk over the whole map again. At least they can't unmake the good stuff they've already done. Yes, this is true. I bet I didn't go this way all the way. I got a flamethrower. Maybe that's easier to aim than a gun. Okay, I love these hitboxes. Just say how much I detest this top-down view for 3D. Yes, you may say that. I think, I don't think it's the worst, but I think it's not well executed in this case. I don't think this type of top-down 3D is always bad, and especially when you consider the limited processing power at the time. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. For those of you who don't know, I stream on Twitch and YouTube. And on Twitch, we have ads coming up in a minute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play those ads, and I'm gonna take a restroom break real quick, and we'll get most of those ads out of the way while I'm away. And then when we come back, we'll kill more raiders, I guess. That's what we're doing now. So I'll see you in a minute for that. Appreciate you all. thanks for hanging out, everybody. I just dehydrated. Let me rehydrate, and we'll get back into it. Thank you, Space Monkey. I can't save the dog. What kind of game is this? All right, let's see. Maybe... Ooh, burning gloves. We picked up some interesting weapons that I hadn't seen. I'm out of stim packs. I wonder if I can go back, maybe? Go back to the trader? There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of strategy to this game. You kind of just throw yourself at enemies. Just pump the heal button when you need. Love how you can play a ghoul in this because the Brotherhood loves ghouls. I know. It's so strange. Yeah, see, I think this is the way I entered town, so I don't think I can see a trader here. Maybe if I try a gun. Going back to see if I can go to the trader again. Nope. Door is all locked up. So that's good. You enter with the supplies you have on hand, and then you just get to deal with it. Alright, might as well save again, since that seems to be the only strategy for this game. Did that dog just explode? Okay, so it seems like health goes up slowly over time. So if I wanted to just sit here and heal, I technically could, but what kind of gameplay loop is that? Help us out, will you? How about some stim packs? Yeah, you gotta spend time to save money. They invented the idle game. Every 24 hours, I get life gems that allow me to automatically refill my health, or I can buy them for $1.99 a piece. Oh, cool. I can level up. Okay, we have 12 points. Let's see what this special attack is all about. And then we'll grab Artful Dodger. I don't know if that's gonna help with the fire and stuff, but we'll see. I gotta run away, and I gotta heal a little bit at a time, and then run back. This is ironically still saving me time if I don't have to redo this section. It'd be nice if you could, like, rest at the Vault Boy stations and get your health back. Just like in the old Fallout games, you could choose rest until fully healed. But no, this one you just gotta wait and kill time. Raiders left. 20. This is your average melee survival build in Fallout 4. At least in Fallout 4, you have, like, blitz and stuff. Sneak attacks. How am I supposed to kill 20 more raiders with no health items? Helicopter build. Raider boss here has more baddies than the entire NCR has people. Yeah. It's true, you have been playing for over an hour and you've been killing the same raider over and over. I know. So for the first hour of the game, it was kill the same rad scorpion over and over. And then it was kill the same weird bug thing. And now it's kill the same... Well, let's be fair. There's two raiders. There's normal raider and there's flamethrower raider. Because that amount of variety really makes a difference. I don't need ammo. I need stimpaks. Hey, Kev, am I killing it out there? Yeah, mostly. What are these hitboxes? Yeah, Brotherhood of Steel, you want two kinds of bad guys? Stimpaks, please, Stimpaks. And now we get to sit here and stare at each other while I wait for my health to come back. Back to staring. We're gonna get real comfortable and intimate with all of the time we have to just wait for each other for this little red bar to go up. All right, chat, you've had long enough. What color are my eyes? Couple of blueberries. You know, come to think of it, I'm a little hungry. Can I just grab one of those and eat them? Well, you're all wrong, and I guess you never really cared about me to begin with. If I have this VOD edited into a video, I am definitely going to have them edit that, expert village flirting thing now, Commercial. Thank you. Not even gonna give us the hex code. You'll get the hex code when you've earned the hex code. Thank you, Space Monkey, for making sure that quote is saved. Ah, stim packs. Here we go. You know what? I have some bombs here. Playing as Three Dog? No, I am playing as Kane the Ghoul. Okay, maybe we try the shotgun. How is that so terrible? I know how. It's because aiming in this game sucks. Seriously, there is no aiming in this game. You just kind of shoot, not even in a straight line from your character, because he holds it, like, off to the side. Good God. You see what I go through for you all to keep you entertained? All without complaining once or making a mistake. That's just the kind of guy I am. The production quality on this game is crazy. That Meshuggah track would keep you entertained. I do find it interesting that they were using down-tuned 7-string guitars here, it sounds like. Just looked at the soundtrack for this game and it's pretty sick. Yeah, it does. Okay, we were looking for a redeeming quality. Soundtrack, there's one. Okay, one raider left. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 can move aside. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is the king. Real ones know what I'm talking about. The dog was a raider? Oh. Slipknot in 2002 would be peak. Do the Raiders all say Gary? No, they don't even have that decency.
I didn't think you had the balls to come back, but here we are again for more pain and suffering.
Hey V, how's it going? By the way, I said this earlier, but thanks to this game being endorsed by Balls, I got a variety pack. So that's coming in the mail next week, and on stream I'm going to taste test Balls and rank my favorite. Also, V, thank you for resubscribing for 12 months. I appreciate it. Get to know Ed's favorite balls. I have a feeling I'm leaning towards the blue ones, but we'll try all of them.
Whoa, killing is hard work.
Oh, 14. Yeah, why does it say 12? It says 12 on Caster Labs. That's weird.
Someone there?
Oh, I see, Space Monkey. I don't know, I just live here. I don't make the rules. Just stimmy behind that one door. Okay, I'll check it out. Watch out for that flamer. Yeah, you're right about that one. It was a fool.
Hello, Gordon.
Hello, Commercial.
Yo, Bill, kill anybody today?
Why is my weapon going? Oh my god. These hitboxes are atrocious. Some of the worst execution I've seen in a game ever. Audio is crunchy indeed. Especially when things start to explode. Damage numbers are half the size of your character. Well, I guess to be fair, you know, this game did come out when, like, 14-inch CRTs were kind of the norm, so you had to see everything on a small screen. And I've got the resolution enhanced, too, so the resolution would have been even lower than this as well. Low res tends to look better on CRT, though. Yeah, exactly. That's why I just drove a 90-mile round trip and got myself a CRT.
Nice day, huh?
Whoa, killing is hard work.
Work fast! I hope you fucking hell!
Someone there?
Ah, there is a stim pack. Good looking out, 30th. We're gonna sit here and get some health back. Instead of wasting the brand new stim pack I just got. Well, new to me, you know, it's lightly used. I got a good deal on it. I am so tired of my intangible weapon phasing through enemies. Let's try the burning gloves. Maybe they've got better hitboxes. Clearly, I don't believe in it hard enough. I wonder, can I use an explosive here? Will it go through the door? This is some master level AI. Oh, even better. Even better than the AI is the door or the wall that doesn't have collision, so the bullets go right through it. Okay, you're done, but we barely started. Only 500 more raiders in this area. Just realized what this reminds you of, and it's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Yes, it's built on the same system as Dark Alliance. Except not that good. Yeah, my understanding is Dark Alliance is actually somewhat well reputed. This game is not. The Fallout community actively tries to forget this game. A riot helmet, huh? Okay. You could play as a ghoul? Yes. This is, to date, the only Fallout game, at least until 76 updates. This is the only Fallout game where you can play as a ghoul canonically. Play the shit out of that game. I've never played a Baldur's Gate game. And yes, the irony is you're supposed to be a Brotherhood of Steel member. So apparently in this game, they're just cool with ghouls. What does this say? Mushroom Cigar Company, 10 megaton flavor. Oh boy, only 20 more raiders left. Thought that was a mushroom burger and you were stoked. I don't think this game is that forward thinking. Oh. Sorry about your luck. I just want to check something. I have 733 small ammo bullets and 148 large ammo bullets. Why does this game give you so much ammo, but not health? Because aiming sucks. True. There basically is no aiming. Well, time to go sit in the corner again until my health comes back. This is the most exciting part of the gameplay, I swear it. I wonder if you load, or if you save and then you load, I wonder if you come back with a full health bar or the amount you saved with. Game mechanics favor melee big time, absolutely. Not because melee is good, but because guns are that awful. I don't know, personally, I think this game needs a remaster. Who's with me? Port this bad boy to modern consoles and Steam. Update it with online co-op. I love how I'm saving every 3 minutes. Wait, I think there was one more raider left. Not with me on that one. Hardcore mod for Brotherhood of Steel. The hardcore mod is playing vanilla Brotherhood of Steel. If you can do that, you're already hardcore. It's one step above beating Fallout 4 Frost. Still 2 raiders left in this area. Better find out where. Time to scour every corner. Hardcore mod reporting for duty. Oh, so you're gonna play this with me when the co-op mod comes out, right? Because that's what that implies. You don't enjoy Fallout Tactics, but you still like it better than this game? I need to play it after this game. I just realized after this game, Tactics is the only Fallout game I have not played. I gotta get a new interface. Hey, kind, welcome in. Oh, I still can't hear. Can you all hear me okay? You hear me and it's not like crackly? Okay, well, I'm not hearing this. So what I'll probably do, let's make a save state. Let me try relaunching. There we go. All right, OBS, pick up the game, please. Should do a game like this with a good loot system. Probably put Diablo 4 to shame at least. Yeah, honestly, if they wanted to invest in more Fallout game concepts, they absolutely could. Like, I know we are clowning the absolute shit out of this game because it deserves it, but the concept of a Fallout beat-em-up looter, especially with co-op action, I think people would be there for that. If somebody did it now and they did it right and took it seriously. One to 4 players, easy drop-in, raid bosses, all of that sort of stuff. I think there'd be a market for it. Maybe even a roguelite or roguelike kind of thing where you have a progression system. I don't know. I'm just saying they could do something with it. I feel like navigating a terrible game is more fun in co-op. Absolutely. Ask anybody who has managed to beat Resident Evil 5 and 6. Although I wouldn't say those games are terrible, but they are pretty damn far from the best the series has to show. But absolutely redeeming in co-op. With all the attacking raiders dead, you can return to the town square and enter the warehouse. Oh, nice. The windows exploded. Because reasons. And I'm on fire. New fear unlocked? What? Random window explosion? Hello, I exploded the windows. It was you! Everybody get that chatter. Mods seize their toenails. Is there a shop to buy items, upgrades in this game with caps? Yes, but once I went into the next part of town, I got locked out of going back to where the trader was. Go get your nail grabbers and jar, and that's why you are the hardcore mod. Alright, let's find... What was his name? Was it Larry? I think it was Larry. Maybe Larry's in the warehouse now? I don't know. Think I scared them off. You know what? That's fair. My personality tends to be a pretty good filter. People either vibe with me or they don't. I guess, to be fair, having your first chat in a stream and then they ask the mods to seize your toenails, it takes a certain type of personality to vibe with that. My wish list is barren as fuck. Here's the thing. I don't use wish lists on Steam. I never touched the wish list until I started following indie developers on Steam and I realized it helps them get their games boosted when they launch. So now I wishlist indie games that I want to, you know, encourage, and that's it. And occasionally, if there's a game I want to remember to buy for later, I stick it on there. Still here? Hey, you might be one of us then.
You did it. You got rid of the raiders. Hold on, I'll unlock the door.
It's about fucking time. Why are the only dialogue options in this game to be awful? It's another motivation. If I don't use the wish list, you can't be a gremlin. Well, I appreciate that, but that is not my primary thought or concern. Not the kind of thing I think about when I'm pulling up Steam day to day.
Those fucking bastards! Usually they're mean, but this time, one of them stole my necklace. It belonged to my grandmother.
Joy Glyphica and Face Miner. Thank you, kind. I appreciate it. I truly do. Thank you. Mostly quiet because English isn't your first language, but you can understand. Hey, no worries. And I don't mind if you're quiet or if you talk all the time. You are welcome either way. I'll hunt the motherfucker down, I promise. Alright, so we gotta go get a locket back. This dialogue? Oh, you haven't seen dialogue yet.
Wanna do some trading, stranger?
Oh, I can get dual Berettas. Okay, it looks like I have the best weapon, so you know what? Honestly, let's maybe get some armor. Except I can't really afford shit. So let's get riot gauntlets and riot boots. Oh, I can't even afford... Alright. And let's get a bunch of stim packs. Surely I've got other stuff I can sell.
Fresh stim packs. Hey, could you give me a hand?
You certainly took care of the raiders. Too bad about the townspeople that died. I know that you tried your best. Here, please accept this small reward.
Thank you, Vidya. More raiders will come until everyone in town is dead. You saw a dead cat in inventory. Is that a quest item? Yes, and I don't know whose cat it is. I don't know what quest it goes to. I just found it, and it's in my inventory now.
You're right. The raiders will never leave us alone now. What do we do? Will you help us deal with them?
I guess I can take care of the raiders for you.
Thank you. Again, you're putting your life at risk to help us. Talk to Jesse. He'll tell you how to get to the raider base. And good luck.
I don't believe in luck. Catch you later. Happens I have a few.
Hey, could you give me a hand?
She reminds you of Lara Croft. She does. She looks like a redheaded Lara Croft with Russian accent.
God.
Quest: defeat more raiders. Joining friends in Repo. Have fun, Zartran. I've seen a little of that game. It looks fun.
Maybe you think you solved the raider problem, but for every raider you killed, there's 10 more camped out in an old mill at the edge of town. And when they find out about their friends, they're gonna be pissed.
Guess there's more killing to do. Tell me how to get to that mill.
Fighting the raiders on their home turf, that takes guts. This key opens a door just over there. Head outside and follow the road to the mill. I'm supposed to deliver them a shipment, so maybe I'll see you inside.
You work for the raiders? Alright, I'll just be going now. Thanks for the info. Let's go back and save.
Guns? Who needs
Did I buy the new level of armor? Everything that I could afford. I could not get the actual armor, but I got the new gauntlets and boots. Hey, guess what I've got in my inventory? Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Hint, watch out for minefields. Oh, I wonder if this is the minefield. Probably the only time this will ever be said, but props to the audio designer for making a dog death sound that isn't cute. Yeah, you're right. They usually are like a really mournful little whimper squeal, and that's awful. Okay, so it's not really possible to trigger them and then run away. What happens if I jump? Oh, if I jump, I kind of can. Kinda. Oh, that hurt. Not give it to Pitchford, but you kind of want a Borderlands game where you play as a psycho. Yeah, that could be cool. Especially if they find some way to flip the expectations that you would have for that on its head. Or maybe it doesn't need to be subversive. Maybe just a game where you play as the bad guy could be fun. I don't know. Oh, they can go indoors, but I can't. I love these hitboxes. This game would absolutely eat through memory cards. I like how sometimes they just explode. It's like your bloody mess perk activates. I don't even think about it anymore. The dogs are marked as raiders. I just know I have to kill them. All right, I'm gonna stop in a minute because we have another ad break coming up on Twitch. Speaking of which, if you're watching from YouTube, you may notice no ads. However, if you'd like to support me and help me get to YouTube Partner, please do consider subscribing. I've got more videos on the way, one coming from the editor very soon. I've got more streams coming up, and I have all the watch hours I need on YouTube. I just need the subscribers now to make YouTube Partner. It's a win-win-win. All right, let's save here. I'll go ahead and I'll take a break. I'll be like 2 minutes. You'll barely notice I am gone, and I'll run the ads on Twitch while I am away, so we get most of them out of the way while I'm gone. I'll see y'all in a minute for more Brotherhood of Steel, where, guess what? We're probably going to kill more raiders. See you then. Alrighty, everybody, thank you for waiting on me. This graphically looks like Wasteland 2 a bit, but Wasteland is a good game. Now, who made Wasteland? Was it Interplay? Or Black Isle? Or was it somebody else? If anybody knows, feel free to let me know. Thank you, Space Monkey. Or was Wasteland a team that split off from Interplay? I'm just wondering if there's some common lineage there. Developers, In Exile, Interplay, Obsidian, and Black Isle Studios. So it's possible there were some common people working on this and Wasteland. I'm not gonna say I know for sure, but there could be. Alright, where was I? Have I played... I haven't played the Wasteland series, no. But I'm aware of it. It's a very good CRPG. I do plan to play it at some point. It's just my list of games that I plan to play is probably years long at this point. And it's getting longer faster than I'm working it down. Old Josh Strife Hayes, it's on the list. What's the list? Yes. I know who that is conceptually. I've seen one or two of his videos, but I'm not quite familiar with that. Okay, why don't you all come this way then? You're so confident. I love that they can shoot each other. When he streams and someone's like, "Are you interested in X?" He just says, "It's on the list. Will I get to it before I'm dead?" Who knows? I feel that so hard. And honestly, in my philosophy, that's kind of a good thing. Because as I always say, imagine if you were facing down the end of your list and you were like, this is it. After I play this next game, there are no good new stories to discover, no new good experiences to have. That'd be the most depressing thing on earth. So I have just accepted that my list will outlast me and that I will, you know, at some point, I will not get to all of it. This weapon is being repaired. It's an interesting note. I got a key. Now, one could ask the question, are you making good use of your time by playing this game with all of the things on your list? To that I have to say, sometimes you'd be fools not to ride this strange torpedo all the way to its end. The dumbest question someone like that can ask. Well, you know, it makes sense because I invented that question. I just made it up. I literally just invented a straw man to attack for the sake of the bit. To its end, oh Lord, I won't make it. There are people like that. You have seen that argument. That's what makes it an effective straw man. It's believable. To be honest, though, along those lines, if I genuinely don't enjoy something, you will often see me drop it. I would not say this is a well put together game, but I am enjoying trudging through the experience of it. which you have said, didn't you play Destiny 1 at launch? I've never played a Destiny game. I know that you're talking about a hypothetical other person, but just as a segue, I have never touched a Destiny game. Hey, I can level up. Okay. 16 points. All right, we got some stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab first aid twice. So that leaves us 10 left. You know what we're actually going to get is Fortune Finder and Bargaining Power. Not hypothetical, you were talking to former friends. One of them was like, how can you play that to you? So let me pull up your recent games list. The top 5 were genuinely the most numbing live service slop at the time. I think one of them was actually Fallout 76. I mean, I'm not going to look down on people for, you know, the types of games that they play, but yeah, they in turn should not have that attitude of like, how can you play that? I do get that from time to time. People are like, you play some really weird stuff. And, you know, at the end of the day, you've just got to follow your interests. You've got to explore the experiences you want to have with the art form. Objectively, Fallout 76 at launch. Okay, to be fair, I never played it at launch. Legitimately, the only time I've ever played Fallout 76 is with Commerkel's group on stream. I'm nearing the point where I have more time in Brotherhood of Steel than 76. You ask my opinion? Sure, I mean, it's a little hard for me to say yes 100% confidently without knowing the question, but always feel free to ask. Yeah, I understand, kind. I understand the comparison as well. Would I rather learn about Charles Fort or the dancing plague of 1518? Can you give me a, like, one sentence of who Charles Fort is? I know about the other thing a little bit. You're talking about, like, tarantulism and all that? For context, YouTube vid, yeah. Tarantula. Okay, so there was a plague, as I understand it, this is all from memory, like an outbreak of people having just unstoppable dancing fits, and it would spread. And there was a certain type of musical movement, I believe, called it was something with tarantula based. Torrent. And I don't remember why it was called that. It had some connection to the type of movement was... I don't know. I just know it was a type of music that was thought to have property that would help stop the outbreak of the dancing plague. Charles Fort is considered the father of Fortean research, aka paranormal research, also the inventor of anomalistics. Okay, so here's my thing on that. I looked into somebody kind of like that for a video of my own. I looked into John Quincy St. Clair, who had a number of patents on like UFOs and walking through walls and stuff like that. And the concept was really cool of like, who is this person and where do they come from? And then I got to the point in my research where I was like, yeah, this all kind of feels like a grift. And then I immediately lost my interest in it and never went back to the topic. I think I would be more interested in the social anthropology of the dancing plague than something like Charles Fort, but I think either of those is a valid video subject, and I think what you should do is consider which of those two things you can make a more compelling story out of, or a more compelling hook, and consider that for the basis of your YouTube video. 76 could have been more like a classic MMO, different factions with different races and classes like EverQuest. Isn't that kind of what they're doing with the ghoul thing? Oh, you can turn on the oven and it lights on fire. That's funny. I feel like I'm playing Project Zomboid again. Why did that bug make a cat screech? Charles Fort is definitely not a grifter. The point of anomalistics is using scientific method and known science to explain the paranormal. Yeah, so I'm not saying that Charles Fort is. I was saying that my experience with looking into a figure like that ended up being dissatisfying for me, so that I would probably personally lean towards a video on the latter. But that's why I said that both of those things are valid. You should just consider which of them you can better tell a story about and convince people that they want to see it. Just as experience doing YouTube videos. Short Google on the dancing plague. Truth really is stranger than fiction. Indeed. Ish. What's up, Ish? Welcome to Fallout Brotherhood of Steel for the PS2. Not sure where I'm going. Let's go ahead and get a save in, because I'm going to be really annoyed if I die without one. What year did this game come out? 2004. Know what you got the most random flashback to the other day? PsyOps, the PS2 game. I was just looking at that the other day. I actually have a copy from when I was growing up. I didn't understand the game when I was a child, but I would sure as hell run around and explode people into gore chunks with my mind. Definitely also want to talk about how Minecraft is definitely a horror game. Yeah, I mean, I have a whole list of concepts to make content out of. Which is what we're doing right now. That's what this playthrough is. So yeah, definitely, you know, write those down and you'll sort of get a flow that comes to you. Does it suck? You've heard trash talk about this game. It is awful. It is objectively bad. It is painful to play. It is a game that can be played on the PS2, and it has a cool soundtrack. 90% of the time, you couldn't even tell it's a Fallout game. But we are here. We are enjoying the vibes nonetheless. And then I'd play the game. Indeed. PS2 is a goated console, and you could probably name 100 games better than this. I have often said, if I had to be stuck with a single console and no internet connection to last the rest of my life, I would pick PS2. There are thousands of hours of games I could play on PS2 that I want to play, that are on my list to play. You've been struggling to write, but it's something that takes practice. It absolutely does. You will get stronger at it as you go. I think, to me, the important part is to do it. You may look back at some of them and be like, why did I write this or do that? But it's important that you do it anyway, because that's how you progress, and that's how you learn your own taste. How was the PS2 controller? Was it good for shooters? No. Shooters didn't really... As somebody who grew up playing shooters on the PS2... Shooters did not get fluid until PS3, in my opinion. Every shooter that was on PS2 is just really clunky, but there's a certain amount of nostalgia to it. Second Sight. I never played Second Sight. Oh, that looks like a Super Stim Pack. I wonder if that's what the key is. No. Wait. No. Bit young for the PS2. Most of your childhood gaming was done on 360, but did have an original Xbox. Yeah, I started on PS1 and 2, and then Xbox and 360, and then PS3, PS4. Then I became a PC gamer. Of course, also Nintendo handhelds and stuff. Your guy is wacko. That's because this is, to this day, the only Fallout game where you can play as a ghoul. Oh, you gotta grab the stim pack when they come out of the oven. Anyone that's played Killzone will tell you that it's clunky. I played Killzone on the PS3. I don't think I played any of the PS2 ones. Get hardcore nostalgic with Crash Bandicoot on the PS2. For me, it was Crash Bandicoot 3. Crash Bandicoot Warped, where you go to, like, the different time zones and stuff. Hot stim packs, you might be onto something. Okay, so we have all these locked doors. Love how the door was blocked, so you just jump over the whole wall. Unfortunately, there's an invisible wall here. I cannot do the same. PS3 Killzone 2 was good. Dead Space 2. What is BL2? Oh, Borderlands 2. Yeah, Borderlands 2 was good. It was a lot of fun, especially co-op. So the invisible walls are the ones that are actually solid. Maybe I go this way.
You're a dog food.
10 out of 10 voice acting, I know. Just wait until you hear the Raider mommy. I mean, matron. I'd Raider. Says somebody in my chat. I didn't say that. Got Borderlands 2 free on Epic and still love playing that game. Think your 15-year-old brain would have enjoyed this? If I didn't know anything about Fallout and I got this game growing up, I would have played it. I definitely would have played it. Who really said it? Up to the editor. Editor? But she's perfect as she is. Can get Second Sight on GOG. I love GOG for the amount of old games they make accessible. Skyrim on PS3 was painful. 3-minute loading screens. Also, Fallout 4, nearly impossible to finish. Yes, Fallout New Vegas on the PS3 is where I cut my teeth, and I never managed to beat all of the Fallout New Vegas DLC in one playthrough, because on the PS3, as the save file gets bigger, you have frame drops and slowdowns until the game eventually freezes, like every 10 minutes. So I was never able to get through all of the DLCs on one save file before it became unplayable. It's a testament to how much I love that game that I managed to play it as much as I did on the PS3, because that version was awful. Need to buy more on GOG? I have been. Before I buy a game on Steam, I usually check if it's on GOG. Memory leak is what ruined New Vegas for you. Yeah, it was terrible. GOG Preserved is the most goated thing you've heard of in the industry. I know. Super cool what they're doing. And now they're allowing people to vote on the games that they bring. I wonder if GOG would preserve this game. Come on, it's history. We have to make sure things like this stay available to future generations. How am I recording this game? PS2 emulator. Super easy to capture in OBS. Of course that exists. And here's the fun thing about PS2. PS2 emulation is super easy to rip your own discs, because a PS2 disc is just a DVD. So any DVD reader can copy a version of the ISO right off the disc and play your own game that you legally own on your PC very easily. Which is nice, because then, you know, your actual game disc isn't getting scratched up and used and everything. Any DVD reader can potentially play PS2 games? No. But any DVD reader that attaches to your PC can easily rip the image of the disc and make it playable on a PS2 emulator. You can still play your games on PC if you're PS2. Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually working on, I have a 1 terabyte hard drive. And I have a SATA adapter for my PS2. I am planning to connect my PS2 to the hard drive and be able to play games that I have ripped from disk right off of the hard drive in my PS2 without even needing to load them up, so I can play them on real hardware on my CRT. Don't even have a drive bay in your computer. They're super cheap. No computer actually has those anymore, but I don't even remember what I paid for mine. I've had it for years, but you just get an external USB adapter. Monster Party playthrough when? I don't know that I know Monster Party. You know, technically, I guess I could be playing this in the retro category on Twitch. It's an NES game. Is it like Sweet Home kind of deal? Like early survival horror stuff?
Yeah. Nice shot.
Game may suck, but you do love the PS2 graphics. I have said before that we could have stopped at PS2 graphics rendered in modern resolutions. This game looks good because I'm rendering it at 1080p. But the graphics themselves are fine. Like, if an indie game came out today that had these graphics and maybe more effort put towards the animations and hitboxes, it would be fine. Hey, Scanlan, I'm doing well. I hope you're well.
Nice shot.
Like, not every game, obviously. But, you know, you could make a game with graphics that look like this, still be a great game. And I think more games should focus on that over pure graphical fidelity. Valheim, which looks a lot like this. Thought Valheim looked a little better, but I've never played it myself. Valheim took adjustment for you, not gonna lie. Yeah, I've never played. Alright, let's find out how many raiders there are to kill this time. This game is absolutely mind-numbing. You have PS4, but haven't ever played on it. Just for the kids, Zero Games for You. Went back to PC, never looked back. Tried some kids games. Ratchet & Clank, what is GT? Gran Turismo. Valheim does more work with lighting and atmospheric effects. Great game. Plan to start a server for it when you fix your Debian box again. Cool. Alright, I'm thinking the trader might be over here. I don't think I found a lot of good loot.
Good to see you made it this far, stranger. This is the center of the raider camp. We're safe here. This hunk of junk is the mill.
Let's trade. I've got raiders to kill. You're not supposed to see the side of that van. It could be an artifact of the upscaling and such too, you know, who knows. Ooh, maybe we try the sledgehammer. I didn't realize I picked up one of those. I am so checked out of this game. I didn't realize I have picked up half of these things. Like, apparently I got Ruby's necklace back. I don't know when I did that. Bunch of stim packs. Sledgehammer is your favorite melee weapon of any Fallout game? Let's see how good it is in this one. Favorite melee weapon in Fallout 4 is mini nuke. Are you talking like the Suiciders? I mean, that's more AoE than melee, but we can count it. Need to get some information about the area before going in. The trader might prove useful. Funny coincidence, that's how you fast travel.
Good to see you made it this far.
Where can I
stranger.
find the
This is
Raider
center of the
matron?
Raider. Well, just north of us is the bulk of the mill's machinery. Matron usually hangs around there, says she likes the vibrations.
I wonder what that means.
The old mill safety locks are still working, so you'll probably have to mess with the machinery, create some havoc.
Havoc, I like the sound of that. Catch you later. What was the age rating on this game? I don't know. I don't have my box handy that I definitely totally own, but I think it was mature. The game that middle schoolers would play after smoking stolen cigarettes. Let's see, 2004. They were probably listening to Taproot. Or maybe some Deftones. Definitely Korn.
Attack anything that moves. Except each other, right?
Limp Bizkit for sure.
That's good.
Oh great, the Sledgehammer has worse hitboxes than the Cleaver. Think you listened to more Papa Roach and Hoobastank back then? Let's see. 2004. Okay, I'm gonna tell on myself. You know what I was listening to in 2004? Avril Lavigne. Under My Skin. Skater Boy? No, I liked the second album better. It was darker. In 2004, you were beginning to sleep in your own room. Yeah, I'm gonna say, let's see, about, now 2006, I was getting into Metallica, Linkin Park. Not quite into Iron Maiden at that age, but getting there. Korn, Creed. But yeah, 2004 was Avril territory. You were still listening to the Backstreet Boys in 2000s. Killers, Modest Mouse, Green Day. Okay, I was listening to a little Green Day in 2004. 2000s Hayley Williams explains your entire taste in women as a man. Avril had her place too. Oh, I had a big crush on Avril Lavigne. ...2006 Metallica, I make you feel so old. Yeah, 2006. You want to know where I discovered Metallica? I mean, I would hear them on the radio, and my dad would, like, probably have them on, you know, driving and stuff. But when I discovered Metallica was I was watching The Simpsons, and they appeared in an episode of The Simpsons. And then as a gag, they like drive away on a bus and they play the riff to Master of Puppets. And the captions was like Metallica, Master of Puppets. And I was like, oh, I like the sound of that. So I went to YouTube and I pulled up Metallica, and that's how I really discovered them. Know who you'd argue is modern Hayley Williams as a heartthrob? Audra Miller? I don't know who that is. Sledgehammer swing animation is wild. Nothing but the best in this game. Singer for a popular YouTube cover band, First to 11. Okay. What type of music? Yes, okay. I understand. Now, normally I would make a joke about Yes, the progressive rock band. Metallica, you haven't listened to Metallica except perhaps as background noise in a while? I haven't either. Occasionally I will pull up one of their... I like their instrumentals. I like Orion and Call of Cthulhu. I don't often listen to Metallica these days. But that was the stepping stone. It was like Metallica, System of a Down, Iron Maiden. Then I started getting into prog. I found Dream Theater because they did a cover of a Metallica song. I started getting into Dream Theater. Check Discord for a sec. If it's a song, I will probably not pull it up, but I will check Discord. You're big into Linkin Park in the early aughts? Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. I would call this, like, the pop side of rock. Lady Gaga, Kiss, Him, Motley Crue, Hinder, Guns N' Roses. Like, popular rock / pop. Joined a Metallica cover band a month ago, so you've been listening to them lately? Very cool. Cliff Burton was a big inspiration on me playing bass. Leper Messiah is probably your favorite Metallica song. I like their Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets albums. And, you know, surprisingly, maybe because it came out when I was growing up, but I'm a pretty big fan of Death Magnetic also. Complicated by Avril Lavigne kind of stuck with you through high school because your love and relationships with boys never lasted long enough. Yeah, music can definitely hit us personally. Hot take on Death Magnetic, I know, but I actually enjoyed it. As long as you don't say anger, we're cool. How do I feel about grunge rock? I respect it. I can't always get into all of it, but I really like, I like Alice in Chains a lot. They're probably my favorite of the era. I like Audioslave, but I'm not likely to put on Nirvana or Stone Temple Pilots or anything like that. I don't know. It's just got a certain feel I'm not always about. Rip Chris. Yes, you know what? I was at a festival where Soundgarden played, and we left because, now this was before I was diagnosed with narcolepsy, but I fell asleep in the pit listening to A Perfect Circle, and I was so exhausted we left as Soundgarden was playing, and I could hear Chris Cornell singing Spoon Man, and then like 3 days later I woke up to the news that he died. I was like, man, if only I had stayed for that show. I couldn't. My body was telling me I could not have stayed because it was an all-day festival, but I felt so bad having walked out on that. Been getting more into that lately. Used to love Nirvana when you were a kid, but it wasn't the same after. I think Enter Sandman and For Whom the Bell Tolls are probably your favorite Metallica song, but the last one you deliberately listened to was The Day That Never Comes. Yeah, I like The Day That Never Comes. I like All Nightmare Long. To be honest, somehow safely taking a nap in the pit sounds amazing. It was not one solid nap. It's like being pulled in and out of sleep over and over for, you know, quite a long time. Phasing in and out of consciousness, sort of micro sleeps. What you regret saying that? From what you pieced together, he was a decent but very complicated guy. Yeah, I don't claim to make a lot of personal judgments on artists, because you just never know what kind of person they actually are. That's better than getting put to sleep in the pit. You know, I wouldn't put that past some bands. Yeah, so about this game, this sure is a game. Where does the Brotherhood of Steel come in? I am looking for... I'm a new recruit. Don't ask how I'm a ghoul and I'm a Brotherhood recruit. It just is. And I'm looking for them, and as I'm trying to find those people, I'm, you know, going through all this series of other things. Best mosh pit you were involved in was in a small venue for Megadeth in San Diego. That would be cool. Running with the idea and turning it into something a little different. Oh, yeah, it is a funny image. Don't the Brotherhood of Steel genocide ghouls or something? Yes, but not in this game, apparently. Yeah, I've just been here yapping away because this game is honestly total autopilot territory playing this game. I mean, how engaged can you be? You run around, you hit things with a sledgehammer, you tap L1 when your health gets low. By the 200th time I've seen the same enemy, my brain is not absorbing it on a conscious level. This would be a mobile game in 2025, except every level you'd get a little flashing upgrade, and then for 100 gems that you buy with real money, you could get a premium upgrade. At some point, you'd run out of health recharges, and you'd have to wait 24 hours for it if you didn't buy the radium cap that recharged your health instantly.
Hey, you! I'm gonna kick your ass!
He's become one with the game. Let's not give them ideas. You know, the sad thing, I will probably do a video on this, but the sad thing that I've realized with AI is not only is generative AI going to make slop content games made for us to consume without thought, but it's going to be used to identify the algorithms which most effectively hook the human reward system and make them hopelessly addicted. Like, we're already doing that, but we're using humans to fulfill that task. At some point, we're going to use machine learning to identify the algorithms that do that. Yeah, exactly. You need to refill your water flask. Forget the name and lore, but at one point the BOS was actually relatively tolerant. I mean, I think the closest example of that I can think of offhand, you know, in Fallout 2, they're pretty helpful towards the Chosen One. Fallout 3 is probably the nicest I recall them seeing. Or recall seeing them be. That man just exploded. Doing a survive 100 days in Minecraft with a bunch of horror mods turned up to max activity. Very cool. Wish you good luck with that. Three was your first Fallout and you genuinely thought they were canonical good guys. Yeah. 3 was an odd change of pace for the Brotherhood. Bethesda really wants the Brotherhood to be like the central good guys. It's one of my pet peeves with Bethesda and Fallout, is they latch on to iconography and they won't let it go and they have to insert it in everything. Every Fallout game's gotta have Brotherhood, they've gotta have Enclave, they've gotta have super mutants, and they stretch the lore to make it happen. Machine learning is already used to optimize the variables for creating addictive content. It's just so complicated and expensive to operate that only a few large de facto monopolies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon operate it at scale effectively. Yeah, it's gonna be common. You'll have games that are tracking your biometrics and your eye movements to see what's most engaging, and then using machine learning to optimize the feedback loops to create games that are ultimately devoid of art but maximize the addictive ability and monetization of it. Not that we haven't had shovelware as long as there have been video games, but the ability to maximize that output is going to be larger than anything we've ever dealt with. We'll never use AI. The most you'll use is something like Grammarly, which basically just corrects your grammar. So I'm not an AI expert, but what we call AI is actually like a dozen or more different technologies, as I understand it. And there's a lot of good that comes from machine learning and neural networks and things like that. I think it's all about the use of it. I think generative AI is what comes to mind for a lot of people when they say AI. And I tend to be very against that for creative purposes, but like I use AI that listens to songs and tells me the tab to play it on guitar. I think that's a great use of AI. I think collating and accessing information and sorting through references is a great use of it. But yeah, it's definitely a very murky thing, and I won't use generative AI. Like, I won't use generative thumbnails, I won't use generative sounds in my streams or my videos, anything like that. Hey, what's up, Lupus? Good to have you. 4 did a good job of making it complicated, like they're an organized and civilized organization, but they're obvious wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah, I think 4 just had a real lack of agency. And they claim Palantir already used algorithms to target people with political messages. Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely out there. I try to avoid getting too into the weeds on it in streams, except where it specifically has to do with video games and art and things like that. AI is a hype buzzword, exactly. The correct term of art for the umbrella of technologies is machine learning. Use machine learning as a tool and program. Never been willing to use it to exploit the human psyche. Right. And there's, like I said, there's a bunch of different things that get swept up under the AI umbrella. Ooh, riot armor. Okay, that's an upgrade. I haven't been able to afford that one. So now we have full... Wait, I thought I bought riot boots. I guess not. Okay. We almost have full riot gear. So Microsoft already making games where the AI just generates the game you want to play. I don't think that's a fully viable commercial product yet, but it's on the way. I would unironically rather have 1,000 Fallout Brotherhood of Steel than an AI-generated game. Filmora has a tool that enhances and cleans your audio for you. That's a really handy feature, but you still have to talk into the mic. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I've used machine learning services to clean up my audio. Does any true gamer actually want AI-generated games? It's a complicated topic, but I think once they enter mainstream acceptance, they will become more and more de facto. Because they'll be good at things. They'll be good, eventually, they will be good at creating addictive and rewarding gameplay loops for skill-based gameplay. And creating infinite sandboxes that you can play in and things like that. They will eventually have the technology to be a process that people will want to use. No, but really, what kind of DBZ as armor is that? Thank you, Maiko. I'm glad you're here, hanging out with us. You know, Ish, I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, but you saying that, I can... Okay, I've seen Dragon Ball Z when I was like 4 years old. I can absolutely see what you're talking about. I don't know who that person is, but I definitely recognize it. And you know what? Let's be honest. In 2004, it's possible they were inspired by Dragon Ball. Experience your first death in the challenge, giving yourself 3 lives and a way to get more, so it's all good. I think generative AI will get to the point where it will make game content in real time while playing and monetize that somehow. I genuinely think we will get to a point where you will have a gaming service that you pay for monthly, and you will sit down, describe a game to it, and it will create that game for you on an endless loop. Now, will it be without artifacts? Will it be perfect? I'm not so sure. But yeah. And I think we will get to a point where you're like, hey, here's my iPad, kid, enjoy infinite games forever. That would inflict untold damage on child development. See, I think that. But I go back and forth between, like, logically that tracks, but also people used to say that to my parents about my Game Boy Advance. Were those people right? Maybe they were right, and it's just become the new norm, and we're numb to it. Or maybe they were wrong, and we turned out fine anyways. I don't know. Every generation says that about, you know, technology, and it's a thing that's hard to objectify and remove yourself from to evaluate, but my gut instinct agrees with you. I just try to be very aware of analytical biases like that. Wish Afraid wasn't so bad because it had a strong point. What is Afraid? Yeah, Kind had something to say. AI is okay when it's used to assist professionals that work with it or otherwise create experiences that could not be practically possible in any other method. An AI that tries to completely remove the professionals from the process should be endlessly lambasted. Yeah, I mean, there's always an argument of, like, technology advancing has always removed some level of professional input. But that's where it comes down to, like, you know, like I said before, like AI for indexing data so that a person doesn't have to pull 1,000 files. I think that's a good thing. Inflicting untold damage on childhood development is already being done by the likes of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Not sure if an infinite amount of games would be any better or worse. Yeah. And honestly, I got on Facebook when I was 11. I spent more than half of my life on Facebook, and it took me well into my adulthood to identify what a horrible emotional and mental drain it was on me and remove it from my life. And it was even worse over COVID because we were all... That's when I was starting to separate from it. And I felt that I had to be on there to have any human contact that was not my immediate family that I lived with. So it was really bad feeling both dependent on it and feeling the negative impact it had. Honestly, wish I had had the internet to do streaming at that point in my life. It's a horror movie that came out last year, basically the Disney movie Smart House, but horror. Oh, okay, that's a cool concept. I remember Smart House. Smart House kind of was horror. All right, we have an ad break on Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and play through this one, because I do not need another restroom break. Really only keep Facebook for the memes and a few streamers who are still holding on there. Yeah, I get it. Something like that is still a tool. Like if there was a game with player housing, but an AI that could create a map separate from the game to connect people's houses, you'd be down for that. Yeah, I don't know where the line is drawn, but I definitely know where I do not like it to be involved. Be curious to see what kind of applications machine learning and AI would have in things like planning infrastructure. Absolutely. Infrastructure, medical technologies, material sciences, physics, chemistry. That not even a, you know, question that we should be maximizing what we can there. You know, in a way, this is almost the perfect stream game because what I'm doing on screen almost doesn't matter. And it's just enough to keep my hands busy while we have these conversations. This game is like Subway Server 2004. an actual company in kids animation that studies addiction loops and creates AI-generated slop to hook kids. Studies have been done on kids that watch it and have found a profound correlation pointing to a possible link to content like it causing ADHD in kids. Yeah, that is certainly a feature of the modern dystopia we live in. Don't bother arguing with people on Facebook, not worth it. It's been proven they purposely try to manipulate your emotions, purposely keep your interaction on the app to a minimum. Yeah. If the service is free and online, you are the product, and what they are selling is advertising. And to do that, they are manipulating you to give as much of your attention as possible. That's just economically how that works. So every one of those is manipulating some emotion or need. Even Twitch, even YouTube, they are all manipulating something to keep your eyes on it as long as possible. And I just found that the return on that for things like Facebook was just not worth it for me. You check Facebook Marketplace, that's it. Yeah. So I actually re-downloaded Facebook for Marketplace recently because I was moving and selling a bunch of stuff. And I had to reach out to a bunch of friends and be like, hey, I don't use this hellhole anymore. Please, if you want to talk to me, here's my phone number or my Discord, because I will not be using this for anything. And if you see me online, it's for Marketplace. Quit when you realized you genuinely hated your friends, then you deleted it and made that cringe announcement post hoping people would try to connect with you off it, not even one. Yeah, I've only had a few. Very few. But, you know, there have been people I've kept up with, but... It became the place to keep up with people, and once it served that role, it was like you were either a part of it or you were not, and people were happy to let that be the extent of their interaction. It's about where you are with it, too, that in your work has a private Facebook group and you hate it. Thankfully, I think that stuff is becoming less common. I think. My Discord is one of the most active channels you have. Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm not active enough in my Discord. Understanding is that ADHD is neurological, aka a physical difference in the brain developed very early. The environmental factors you know of that can cause ADHD are things like fetal alcohol syndrome. Be extremely skeptical that watching YouTube videos can cause ADHD. Without being an expert on neurodevelopment, I do feel like, you know, chemical imbalances or physiological differences notwithstanding, I feel like everybody has a window within which they can train their attention, and I feel like things like that definitely push them to the shorter side of that window. So somebody who may not present with a disorder otherwise may be pushed to the lower end of their capability such that it does present as that, is my impression. The forgotten Fallout game. Some would say it should stay that way. You still like it? You might be the first person. You might be the first person to come in this chat and say that you like this game. Kudos to you. Really recommend Repo with friends. It's hilarious. I will have to try to do that. The problem with having a bunch of streamer friends is that everybody's busy streaming.
Hey, I'm freaking out. My pee is green.
What?
My pee is coming out bright green. Radiation, I guess.
Oh, that sucks, man. I'm gonna stand over here.
Zartrin, thank you for resubscribing.
Also, we're now at 31 months. Not quite my longest relation yet, though.
31 months is really hard to wrap my head around. Zartrin, thank you for supporting from the beginning of this channel. Zartrin, thank you for gifting a sub to Cemetery Chick also. I really appreciate that, Zartrin. Brotherhood of Steel or Kenshi. Oh god, you're gonna make me have the hard choice. One game I have fallen in love with and given 160 hours to, versus this one, which I had to talk myself into continuing after the first 2.5 hours, and which I have either ignored or complained my way through.
Nice shot.
Why are they giving me so many stim packs? Nice shot after getting killed by a hammer. That's why I say nice shot. What a good shot, man. This is basically the same game. That guy even looks like Brecht. Same amount of violence. So I've got something I want to run by people. I am getting my first edited video back, hopefully today or tomorrow, and it's Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. I would love to get into more edited YouTube content. Hiring an editor is expensive, and my time is limited. I was thinking about, now I know nobody has to support in any way, and I know so many people already subscribe on Twitch. I was wondering if there was any interest in maybe a Patreon where we could have some perks like Patreon supporters thanked in videos, maybe voting on videos, maybe exclusive cuts going on the Patreon. I don't know. Where that would help me maybe fund some more of these videos and get them out more regularly. What do people think? Thank you, Maiko, for pulling up the YouTube. Yes, we are live there right now as well. I think if I do that, I will recognize my Twitch supporters as well. Like, if we do the whole Patreon credits thing, people who are already subscribed on Twitch will go on there because I think that's only fair. But I don't know, just any extra kind of things I can give towards that might help me be able to invest more in the video making process. You have some thoughts, but they must marinate. Okay, I would not want them to be under-seasoned. You take your time and you let those flavors soak in. This game needs some chems. Honestly, that would be something that would vary it up. Imagine if you could get some Psycho, some Buff Out, some Jet, and use it as a consumable. If I thought about Ko-fi, I'm open to it being a platform that's not Patreon, yeah. I feel like we just use Patreon like we use Kleenex or Google or Coke. You know what I mean? Use Ko-fi for your donation platform on Twitch, like it better than Streamlabs. Seen streamers set up on Ko-fi probably 5 times for every 1 time you've seen a Patreon. I would want to see what's on the back end as far as allowing me to upload, like, does it allow you to upload videos? For instance, you could, on Patreon, you could put up a video that had copyrighted music in it that, you know, you might not put up on YouTube. You could make that a special reward, that sort of thing. So I'd want to see what Ko-fi offers as far as that. Actually, we can keep the music up and turn the sound effects down. Your cats are very alarmed by that alarm noise. I apologize. I think what I'll do in any case is before I do anything like that, I'll try to start putting out some regular videos and just get in a good, you know, swing of it before I commit to anything. Oh, finally some peace. Okay, we have 18. Get melee skill. Artful dodger. Cat-like. Now your cats are alarmed as well. Did I say swing of things because I'm swinging a sledge? No, but sometimes serendipity happens. Oh, great, it continues even in the save menu. Love that. Suppose this means the alarm noise is effective at the job of being alarming. One of your favorite Pantera songs is Primal Concrete Sledge? I actually don't know that one. Okay, that's like 30% more tolerable. Sorry that the wet meat thwacking sounds are going to be quiet too, but it's a small price to pay. Sledge do be looking like one of them squeaky hammers. Maybe I was supposed to go this way, but I couldn't see anywhere else to go. It's the most you've ever seen me go, yeah, fuck this? Maybe. I'm sure I've taken more drastic measures. Oh, Silent Hill 3. That was another one where I was like, this audio has got to go. And I love Silent Hill. Split action, I've heard about that. It is realistic that the alarm noise isn't synced to the alarm lights, but it's strange for a video game. Silent Hill breaks you too much, so you skipped that. You know, the funny thing is I actually find them kind of cozy, except for the sound design can be a little abrasive. And by a little, I mean a lot abrasive. Split fiction, is that what it's called? Heard good things about it. Need the proper key to open this door. Okay. It's quite the collection of games available for free with Prime this week. I'll have to check it out. I usually go through and scoop those up. Play it, but you have no friends. I know. I don't know how hyperbolic you're being, but I know it can be difficult to find time to play with people. Like, in theory, I have a bunch of gaming friends, but the amount of time I actually spend playing with them is very low, and a lot of that's even on me. Friends you have already have friends and romantic partners they plan to play with. Yeah, it's like... Me, for example, I don't remember the last time I played a game with somebody online. Most of my gaming time is on stream. So it's like, yeah, that sounds nice, but when do I actually do that? Just picked up Nahul Books Dungeon Master from Prime Gaming. Almost have to play with friends while on stream. Yeah, a little bit. Speaking of, one of the other things we have coming up, I need to work out terms with the company, but I have been offered a sponsored stream for a company I ran into at TwitchCon, and what they do is they allow you to send a link to somebody that they can play your game with you from their phone or their browser, and they don't need to own the game. And it basically what it does, it uses a remote signal to act as a controller input on the main PC. So we could play party games on stream without people needing to own the game. So I'm looking into setting that up as a sponsored stream, but if we do that, it'll be a community games day where we'll be able to play some local co-op games without anybody needing to actually own them. Hey, Beats, welcome in. Okay, we can turn the sound effects back up a little now. Hey, what's up, Rain? Good to see you. It's an old French audio series. It's a parody of a group of adventurers in D&D. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of it. Steam has something equivalent. Of course, it's tightly tied to Steam, which is a downside in your view. Yeah, so what I'm actually looking at is if I can use it with my emulators. We could use it to play like Community Crash Team Racing or something. Because if all it's doing is acting as a controller input, I should in theory be able to set that up to work as extra controllers on my emulator. I'm still in the testing phase of that though. Mixer had the feature where you could share game controls with your viewer of your choosing. Interesting. Yeah, I never used Mixer. You miss Mixer? There's smoke coming from underneath the door. Okay, let's go this other way and see if we can figure out what that means. What's Mixer? It was a gaming platform. Who owned Mixer? I don't remember. But it was like a stream platform. Microsoft, maybe? Was it Microsoft? Oh, gotcha, kind. I take things pretty seriously. Or literally, as it were. Mixer was originally Beam, and it was independent. Okay. Then Microsoft bought it. Gotcha. If you give me a save point, I'm gonna use it. That's one thing to know about me. You think anybody has done a permadeath playthrough of this game? How do you feel about games with fake save points? You know, you teleport you instead or trigger a fight? I don't know if I've actually encountered one of those. Still waiting to understand what this game has to do with Fallout or Brotherhood of Steel. You're a Brotherhood of Steel recruit, and you're looking for the guys in your squad, I guess. And there's just a bunch of bullshit that happens in between. Can't you tell I am John Fallout killing raiders in Fallout land with Fallout weapons? Oh, they no shit killed me. Been a minute since that happened. I was gonna say, it feels like in the beginning I was desperate for Stimpaks, and now I've got like 44 of them. I don't know if it's because I've been investing in my armor skills. What is this? It hurts, whatever it is. Okay. Sound effects are going back down. Derby, yeah, take your time. At least saving is fast. Flush toilet. That one doesn't flush so good. Need to get to bed. Have a good one, Zarch, and thank you for hanging with us. I don't think that's an argument I made, Plague Doctor. I have no argument there. You're making the argument? Yeah, and you're finding nobody to take up the other side. Sorry, trying to get a good balance of the sound here. Somehow you confused loin strip with loin cloth. That's not a mistake you want to make more than once or twice. Hey, what's up? It's going okay. We are collectively subjecting ourselves to Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Oh boy, a new level of the mill storage area. Maybe with 58 raiders to kill. Seems very PS2-ish. It is a PS2 game. We are playing Brotherhood of Steel for the PS2. Wait, I've already been here? I have already been here. What did I just do? Well, this one's pulsing, so maybe this is the way I meant to go. Wonder how many raiders I've killed across all Fallout games. This one's got to account for a solid half of them already.
Want to do some trading, stranger?
Do I have much of anything to sell? I haven't really been getting much in terms of loot. I don't use a ton of bombs, so we can sell some of them. The guns kind of suck, so honestly, we might as well. Is your guy a ghoul or something? Yes, he is in fact a ghoul. All right, let's buy metal boots and gauntlets. All right, that should be a nice little upgrade. Oh, and I do have some extra stuff to sell. And that should actually get me... What did I need next? The helmet? Recruiting must really be in the crapper if the Brotherhood of Steel is bringing ghouls on board. Right. Today flew by and you're back in bed already. Well, I hope you get some good rest. When do you get power armor? That is a great question. You know what? Honestly, speaking of bed and rest, I think this is where I'm going to wrap up. Y'all, let me know if you want to see more Brotherhood of Steel. We could continue playing this. If not, I've got plenty of other things planned. But if you're liking the vibes, even if you think the game's not that great, let me know if you want to see more Brotherhood of Steel. Boo, I know, kind, but I'm an old man. I'm almost 30 years old, and I like to be in bed before midnight these days, and it's 11:10. All right, this has been, well, this has been something. I was going to say it's been a ton of fun, and honestly, the stream has been, even if the game hasn't. But I'd rather continue the good conversation we had this stream than the game. I mean, honestly, it's a good backdrop for it. Almost 30 said to an almost 31. Yeah, you like how that works? Gotta play Sisterhood of Titanium. Hey, if they make it, I'm there. All right, I guess we will see if we find Raider Mommy next time, or if we cast away Brotherhood of Steel to the void of abandoned and unfinished games. Until then, I hope you've enjoyed our playthrough of Brotherhood of Steel this far. It's been, well, it's been something, and I'm glad to have you all with me throughout it. Go ahead and close this out. All right. Hey, if anybody's got raid suggestions for Twitch, feel free to send them in my whispers here on Twitch while we wrap up. And as usual, we are going to start by wrapping up the YouTube. YouTube, thanks for joining us, whether you were here live or you caught the VOD. I appreciate having you here, and I sure hope you've enjoyed this stream as much as I have. If you have, please consider leaving a like on it. That like does tell YouTube this was a good stream and more people should see it. As well, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, please do consider. You can catch my streams there. You can catch my edited videos there. I'm working on getting one back from my editor for Brotherhood of Steel. We've got Kenshi videos that I'm working on and other content coming your way. And I am pushing towards YouTube partner. So all of those subs do help with that. And yeah, you get notified when I do any of those things. That's my pitch. YouTube, until we catch you again, please take care of yourself.